Panana na 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 nyamye guama. Welcome back to the best distant under this thing. It's your girl Tuntum Black, and hope you all are doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're washing your hands. Hope you're wearing your masks, because I want to go outside and enjoy myself. And on today's video, we're gonna be talking about being a woman in the military, being black in the military, and being a black woman in the military. Yes, those are three different things. And it's going to be a story time about how this one radioactive sergeant B told me to take out my braids. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy the video. But before we get started, just a couple shout outs to some brands that I think are doing well and I think deserve it, you know, something like that. Show your support, you know. Jovi candles. And my good sis Bernie started a little candle making business. This is Summer Dreams. It smells so good. I have the other flavor Nest. It's about halfway, but it will be gone, but I ran out of matches. So yeah, it smells so good. Like I'm not just hyping it. Another one, Croisseur Movement by a good brother Pat. Started a new clothing business, Christ-centered. So for today, I was like, you know what? It's my 3-year anniversary of being in the Army. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do a story time about the nonsense I experienced while in basic.
Listen to me.
When I was in basic, I decided to document my experience. So I had like a diary that I would write everything that I had in it. And a couple of days ago, I was going through it, and then I reminded myself of this nonsense experience I went through. So now, just a little backstory. Before I shipped off to basic, I signed my contract about, I'll say 2 days ago, 3 years ago. Yeah. 3 years ago, like last week. So I signed my contract this month 3 years ago, and I shipped out September of 2017. Before I shipped out, I decided to cut my hair in the event that when I did braid my hair, they were like, oh no, your braids aren't acceptable. I could just take them out and then my hair would still be short and in regulation. I read the regulation before I got my hair done. So we were halfway through basic training. I believe this was the week where we were discussing the retirement plan that wasn't yet enacted. Now the Army has two different kinds of retirement plans. There's the 20 years, you do 20 years, and then you get your 20-year retirement, you know, whatever. And then like people like me, if I don't want to do 20 years, which I'm not, you can technically invest into it. So you can have a retirement plan, and then you can put your own money into it, and then the Army will, I believe, match it up to a certain percent, so that you also, it's like an investment type thing. So we were learning about it. We were in the classroom all day. We weren't in the field. We weren't doing anything active the entire day. We were in that classroom. It was hot. It was sweaty. We was just trying not to fall asleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm falling asleep. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I took my battle with me. I forgot who I went with, but I took her with me. And then in the hallway, these two female drill sergeants stopped me. They're like, private. I'm like, who's she talking to? She was like, yeah, you private. Your bun is a mess. I was like, yes, drill sergeant. She was like, you need to fix it when you go to the latrine. I was like, yes, drill sergeant. So then we go to the latrine bathroom. And then I'm looking at the bun. I'm just like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I just decided just to redo it, just to make it tighter, because I didn't know what they were talking about. So we go back out, and then we walk, because we had to walk past them to go to the latrine, and then we walk past them again. And then she was like, private, did you not fix your bun? I was like, yes, I did, drill sergeant. There's nothing wrong with it, drill sergeant. Mind you, this woman's bun, it looked like an extra large donut. She was talking about my hair. Your hair is ate up. Your hair is not looking nice. You are supposed to be the standard, and you're not. Talking about my hair, but that's not what I said. I was like, yes, drill sergeant. No, yes, drill sergeant. What company are you from? Delta 248, whatever. So walk back in, and then the battle that I went with, she was like, your hair was fine. I was like, I know. So cool. The class is finished. Time for dinner. That's where the heat came inside. We went into the chow hall, and Bravo 248, another company, was in there. They were sitting down and they were almost done eating. So Delta 248, my company, we had to just go in, line in, just stand there, wait until they were done. Parade rest, put your hands at your back, and then just look at the back of somebody's head. No talking, no nothing, whatever. So the drill sergeants from Bravo 248 were there, and then my drill sergeants, Delta 248, were also there. So we were like, we cannot embarrass ourselves. Everybody shut up. Yo. We are all minding our business, so nobody said anything. And then these Bravo 248 drill sergeants just start lurking around. Just starts looking for somebody to devour. Just starts looking for somebody to do nonsense to. They started from the back. One female from my platoon, we're just gonna call her Private Alpha. They were like, Private, your hair is a mess. You need to fix that. But like, it was just some straight hairs or whatever. I was like, okay, like it wasn't that big of a deal. And then they get to me. This one female dinosaur, coffee breath, cigarette breath,
child of unfortunate
person came up to me. She was like, Private, your bun is out of regulation. I was like, hey, sister, your breath is out of regulation. That's not what I said. But inside, I was like, hey, they didn't tell you about me. Oh, your breath is doing nuclear weapon. We should be using your breath to be bombing Iraq and Afghanistan. You're over here talking about your bun is out of regulation. It is your breath that is out of regulation. Talking about some your bun has to be the length of a cat card. That's wrong, ma'am. Your bun is actually supposed to be 3.5 inches away from the base of your head. The cat card is 3.25. But I didn't say that because I did not want to get smoked by both the drill sergeants from that company and then the drill sergeants from my company, because it would be seen as disrespecting an NCO, even though it wasn't, because she straight up lied. And then one drill sergeant B with he had a big head. Talking about some, whoa, your bun is huge. I was like, your head is huge. It's your father's head that's huge. Talking about some, Private, I don't know how you made it, but you're not supposed, your hair is not supposed to be that big. I was like, yes, drill sergeant, I'll fix it, drill sergeant. Just sat there because I was like, if you say something, you gonna get that work. Your whole company finna get dropped, and it's not gonna turn out well for you. And then they finished with me. That was the day. That was the only day I did not want to be black. It was me. I'm just gonna call her Private Juliet. Private Juliet had dreadlocks. Dreadlocks were authorized about 3 months before we shipped off to basics. So let's just say May or June of 2017. Key. This woman, this dinosaur woman, proceeds to go on to Private Johnson talking about some, Private, did you know that dreadlocks are not authorized in the Army? We were like, later that night we were talking about it. We were like, she straight up lied. Talking about some dreadlocks are not authorized in the Army. Like, she literally just decided to embarrass all of us because she knew that we couldn't say nothing. Talking about some, they're not authorized in the Army. You're not supposed to have that. And then I'm just thinking to myself, so if they weren't authorized, how did she make it through MEPS, through reception, and through 5 weeks of training without nobody telling her nothing? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How did you get through without nobody saying nothing? Nobody telling you to take your dreads out? It is now that I've met you today that you want to say that, oh, your hair is out of regulation. You should need to take it out. Nonsense. And then we move on to Private Charlie. Private Charlie had a low cute afro bun, like what my hair would have looked like if they would have made me take it out. She was like, oh, Private, your bun, your afro was too big. You need to cut it. And I want. I'm just like, in my head, obviously, because I mean, they don't want the smoke. I was like, hey, how do you mean? We were like, because we read the regulation. Like, you read the regulation. Like, being a black woman in the Army, you have to read that regulation before you get your hair done. Even now, even though I drill monthly, I have to read the regulation before I get my hair done. I have to calculate what kind of hair I'm gonna have by the time I go to drill, so that I'm not out of regulation. Like, even this hair, even though I should be taking it out, I have to keep it in. I have to. So we go eat. And you know the crazy thing? The crazy thing is my drill sergeants were watching the whole situation and they didn't say nothing. They were just looking. They were just like, they were just looking to see what we were gonna do. I'm just like, really? And it's funny because we went to our platoon bay and then like all the guys were like, I don't know how y'all did it. I don't know how y'all did it. I was mad for you. I was like, really? Really? That's interesting. That's just life. Being a, you know, female and black in the Army. So then I went to my senior drill sergeant's office. She was black. She's black. Let's just call her drill sergeant Mike. I went to her. I was like, drill sergeant, do I really need to take out my braids? She was like, no, they're fine. I was like, so what's the issue? Huh? What's the problem? Because apparently this hair that you have been seeing me since day zero is not a problem that I met this one three people. And then I realized that people just want to use their power to their advantage. Just because you got that big old green hat on your head don't mean nothing. A point of the story, do not let anybody take advantage of you, especially in this army distance. Especially if you're a black woman. I don't care if you I don't care if they say that, oh, you're stuck up, oh, you're rude, oh, you have an attitude. No, just because I'm standing up for myself does not mean I'm rude. If it was a male, he would have been applauded for saying something. But when it comes to black women, it's a problem. And 2, do not let anybody that is not black and female tell you what to do with your hair. Talking about something, you need to take it out. That's not how your hair is supposed to look like. You know what my hair is supposed to look like because you have it on your head. You see how that don't make sense? Yeah, don't listen to them fools. Don't. No, because it's not on me. And it cannot be me that you can come and do this foolishness too, saying that, oh, your braids are out of regulation. As if I didn't read it before I went to do my hair. But it's my hair that has to be 0.25 inches in diameter. It's my hair that can't be the parts can't be too big. It's my dreads that can't be a certain size. Like, y'all see where I'm going with this, right? So yeah, the moral of the story: stand up for yourself, especially if you're black, because these people they will use their rank to their advantage. But do it in a respectful way, because it's not about the rank, it's about what you, the person behind the rank, is saying. But yeah, that's the end of the story time. Moral of the story: don't listen to them fools, but that don't mean you gotta go off. Cause as for me right now, if somebody tells me that my hair is out of regulation, all that nonsense, I will give it to them whispers. No, it's not possible. You cannot just come and talk nonsense and expect to not go with nonsense. You reap what you will sow. Yeah, you reap what you sow. Amen? Amen. So, that's the end of the video. Hope you had a good time. Hope you learned something. I don't know what you learned, but hope you learned something. Tune in to my next video. And check out my previous video on 10 things you should know before you join the Army. And check out my previous video before that, Daniel's prayer, my spoken word piece. Hope y'all have a blessed week. Hope y'all have a blessed month. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. You are watching the best distant on the distant.